Good afternoon. This is Lisa DeLuca, Social Sciences Librarian from Walsh Library. Today, this video is going to teach you how to conduct a political science lit review and also tell you what library tools help you accomplish this. This is a before and after picture. You're going to collect a number of peer-reviewed journal articles, also called academic, also called scholarly, and you are going to organize the themes of these articles into a lit review, and this video will tell you how. So what is a literature review? Here's a definition. It's a compilation of research on a topic by scholars and researchers. What you should think about is what is the problem or research question that your lit review will respond to. I encourage you to refer back to these slides as you're working on this assignment. So what does a lit review do? It summarizes and clarifies information about your research question. It puts your research question into the context of established work. It will survey scholarly books and articles related to the topic and provide a critical evaluation of that information. Another way to frame this in these 5 points, you can read these. I just want to point out that what a lit review should do is organize your information around your research question, synthesize those results, and look at gaps or controversies that may exist about your topic. And that will bolster the need for your study. It's important to look at what a literature review is not. It's not an annotated bibliography. It's not a list of items or events. It's not a summary of what you have read in all of these scholarly articles, and it's not a chronology either. Before you embark on this process, we encourage you to think about how you want to save your citations when you're doing research in the library databases. Do you want to save them in a Word document? Do you want to put them in a tool like Zotero, which is free? Think about that. You can pull citations from the database entries themselves or from Google Scholar, and you want to put your citations in Chicago Turabian format, but always confirm with your professor what format they want you to follow. Additionally, there's a link here to Google Scholar, and that will help you to tell your browser that you are linked to Seton Hall's over 400 database subscriptions. So when you're off campus, you're going to get those blue links that will link you right to articles. So how do you get started? First of all, you're going to search the scholarly literature in your topic. Okay, that could be articles, law review articles, dissertations, conference proceedings, and blogs. You always want to start in the second box with the library website, which is library.shu.edu. This way your browser knows, again, that you have access to Seton Hall subscriptions. We also don't want you to pay for articles because anything we don't subscribe to, we can get for you through interlibrary loan. And the links to that, also called ILL, are in the slide, and that's a fast and fantastic service. Unless it's something rare, you will get the articles that you request within 24 hours. We also encourage you to use our research guides. They're roadmaps for any discipline, whether it's biology or accounting or political science. These exist for you to help save you time figuring out what are the best databases and resources to use. So keyword searching is very important. You want to use advanced search when you can to specify aspects of your topic that will get you better search results. So it might be a piece of legislation, an event that has occurred. Try playing around to get the best search results. It's also important to think about date range. Do you want to look in the last 2 years, maybe, if your topic has to do with COVID? Do you want to look in the last 5 or the last 10? Think about that. That will help you narrow down your results. Also, in the shoe search, which is the main library page, the main search box, on the left side, you have so many subject limiters that you can choose to manage your search. We also have create a reference that's filled with background information from thousands of online encyclopedias, and you see an example of a mind map in the upper right corner of this slide. Also, at the bottom of this slide, you see just the variety of search terms you may get for a topic. So pay attention when you use the shoe search and see what's in front of you and what might guide you towards the best information. In terms of databases, if you're looking for a starting point, we recommend ProQuest, which is a collection of political science and many other databases. JSTOR has terrific content. Hein Online is fantastic. It's a legal database. So if your topic is about legal theory or something related, it's going to be great. And it's also just great for primary source documents, government documents. I encourage you to try it. And also Communication and Mass Media Complete is another excellent database, especially if your topics touch on the communication field. And if any of you are researching social media, I encourage you to use the specific name of the application, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, when you do your searching. That will get you a better search results. In the bottom of this slide, these are sites that are helpful if you need more historical information or primary source documents. These are all vetted and considered credible. They are not scholarly articles or they won't yield you peer-reviewed articles, but they are good resources for supplemental information. Okay, so these research guides, again, we're going to encourage you to use them because they're really helpful. We will post this presentation in the top option for US politics. And here are examples of other guides that might be useful. Now, here's a way to get brownie points. These are your professor's recommendations. So please use these. These are the top journals in each subset of political science. So definitely take a look at these for general poli-sci journals, comparative politics, international relations, and law and political theory. We subscribe to all of these. And again, from the shoe search, you can choose journals and then type in the name of the journal, and that will get you there. So please use these. These are the best of the best. And to continue on that theme of professors' recommendations, here are some news sources and media best bets. The Pew Research Center, the New York Times, and Wall Street Journal. We do subscribe to those newspapers as well as many of the other top newspapers. So if you go back to the list of research guides, news is on there. 538 is fantastic, as well as All Sides. And All Sides produces this media bias chart, which should also be very helpful on the right side of the screen. At the bottom of the slide is a list of political blogs, and based on perspective, this table will give you an accurate list if you're looking for something conservative, liberal, or in between. Okay. To talk about journal searching a little bit more in depth, there's two ways that you can do this in the library catalog. So in the upper left side of the slide, you type in the name of the journal. And in many cases, this will take you to an interface that's called Browsine. And you can see that Browsine lists here international organization, and it will show you the year and then the volume and issues that occur in that year. So you can search through the table of contents if you've located a journal that you find is very relevant for your research. That's another way you can go, looking through the table of contents instead of the main Choose Search bar. On the right side, you see the orange box, and that tells you that there's an embargo for this publication. So this tells you that we only have journal issues from 1 year ago. That's fine. This box alerts us, and you still can order those more current articles through interlibrary loan. Okay, and here's another example of journal searching relating to embargoes. So another path into our journal collection is in the website listed on this slide. We call that the A to Z list. Now, sometimes when you're searching for a journal, you could get as many as 10 different entries for the journal because the journal is carried in 10 databases. But this is when we all have to press our pause button and just read what's in front of us, because if we look, we see Journal of Democracy is in ProQuest, it's in Arts and Humanities, but note that it says that we only have issues up to 365 days ago. If you scroll down on this list, Project Muse is the winner because it says 1990 to the present. So bingo, that tells you that that's where you need to go to access Journal of Democracy. And then on the right side of the screen, that's what the Project Muse interface looks like. So unfortunately, the journal results are not sorted by best access. I'm sure they will be down the road, but for now, if you get a big list, just keep scrolling down till you find something current. Okay, now back to your lit review. We're going to outline 3 steps once you've located the journal articles that you want to use. Okay, stage 1 is skim and read. Do that a few times, see how the article's constructed. Stage 2 is to highlight and extract the key elements. Okay, I would focus on historical context, the current situation, and themes. Themes is going to be big here, and we're going to get to that in a few slides. Also look for gaps. What seems to be missing in these articles, because that could support your work and the importance of doing this lit review and ultimately your senior thesis. Okay, stage 3 is looking at the key elements in any research study that you've selected, and here's a long list. You may find sampling, empirical studies, key findings, conclusions, and recommendations. And while you're thinking about what elements you've identified, go through the questions on the right side. This will help you formulate the layout for your review, okay? Each article, why is this relevant to my study? How is the research different? Does the existing literature agree or disagree with my research question? What are the flaws? Now, here's an example. This is something that I've used and it works pretty well. You can set up a table in Word or in Excel, and across the top, you want to have one column for each article and just put the author name in there. And then on the left side, you are going to identify themes that exist in the articles that you've read. This will help you flesh things out, and this is the key to synthesizing information. Again, in earlier slides, we talked about how you do not want to just give a chronology or summarize what you've read. By identifying maybe 4 or 5 key themes in the literature, you're going to be able to write about which articles contain what themes to support your research question. Okay, and this slide talks more about writing the review. To come up with an outline first, again, focusing on themes. Translate those themes into headings and subheadings. Make sure your outline is logical. You're welcome to make research appointments at the library if you want us to look at what you've gotten on paper before you review it with your professor, and we'll tell you how to do that. Okay, so how does your lit review match up to these questions or ideas here? Okay, when it's written or when you have a draft, go back and ask yourself, are you outlining important trends? Are you looking at strengths and weaknesses in the literature? Are you looking at gaps? And are you establishing a need for current or future research? If you have any questions, please reach out to the library. You can chat with us if it's something quick. There's a link here to make a research appointment. If you're feeling a little rusty on how to search for an article or a book or how to use interlibrary loan, we have videos on our site as well as YouTube. And if anybody needs help with data, we can help you with that too. If you're looking to find data or analyze it, please reach out. Thanks for your time today and good luck with the assignment.